Hey, Cooper, Al Lewis from KVNU Radio. As I look at the two deep, they list like about 8 or 9 receivers that are going to play, or it look like their plays, and Orrs and all that stuff on the two deep. Do you feel that as you've developed this receiver group here in fall camp that it's that way?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the official depth chart yet, but there's for sure 8 or 9 guys that can play and that know what they're doing. So I'm excited. Whoever's out there, I know I can trust to throw them the ball. I can trust that they're going to find the open windows, and then really I feel like it's on me just to get them the ball. So I think we have a lot of playmakers in the receiver room, and now it's up to me to get them the ball.
Cooper, Jason Walker with Cache Valley Daily. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about Iowa's defense, how good it's is year over year. Just talk about the challenge of facing a defense like this. Trying to score points against them.
Yeah, for me, just watching film so far, I think it's not the most confusing defense I've ever seen. They really stick to base stuff. They just do it really well, which is what makes them so awesome every year. So I think there's I've played defenses that confuse me more, and as far as knowing where guys are going to be and what their responsibilities are, but I think they just do a really good job of not having any busts in coverage or in being in the wrong place, and they have big, fast athletes that cover the field well. So I think I'm able to recognize coverage decently with them, but they just do a good job of doing what they're supposed to do.
I'll ask another one. I guess about the running back depth chart. Obviously got kind of I think Robert Briggs and Devon Booth are listed kind of as a or as far as starting. But do you think that running back room could go 3 deep as far as guys you expect to get snaps each week?
Yeah. So it has Rob and Booth as the starters, and then
And then
Russell.
yeah, Razul as a third. Do you think all 3 of them could end up getting snaps like on a game by game basis?
Yeah, I think all 3 of them will play for sure. They've all been rotating what seems like equally to me throughout fall camp. So I think they've all done a really good job, and I think if any of them are out there, it's going to be tough on whatever defense we're playing. They can all run hard, and they all catch as well.
Cooper, Ajay Salves, Aggie Sports Radio Network. Their defense for Iowa is pretty talented, obviously ranked in the top 10 in turnovers and a lot of major categories stat-wise. What are you seeing out of them, especially their defensive backfield?
Um, I mean, yeah, they create a lot of turnovers, make a lot of big plays, and hold teams to not very many points. And obviously, our goal as an offense is to not have any turnovers and to score a lot of points. So I think it will be an awesome test just right off the bat to see what this offense is really about this year. And I think it will be a really tough battle, but if we come out on top, then I think we can go into the season with a lot of confidence.
Again,
Thanks, Cooper.
again, Cooper, Al Lewis from KVNU. Can you just make a comment or two about the offensive line that's come together now in front of you? It looks like Tavo is listed as a starter right now. I know Maui can play some in some of those spots. What do you see? Frias, brand new. What do you see up front?
Yeah, I think we lost a couple key guys with Dolphin last year and Big Fred, but I think some of the guys we brought in and some of the younger guys coming up have really stepped up, and they're coming together, working together, and starting to really dial in with their assignments. So there's not guys coming free ever, and they're at least getting hands on someone. And with just by doing that, I should be able to get the ball off, whether it's a hot route or a quick slant or something. I think as long as there's a guy on a guy, then we should be just fine.
Andrew Hyde, KSL.com. Probably nobody knows the Utah State defense better than you do after you've been playing against them all fall camp. How do you feel like they'll fare against Iowa's offense in such a difficult environment?
I'm excited to see it. I think spring ball was tough just with getting so many new players, new coaches, and then trying to play in spring ball was difficult with, especially they mix a lot of looks up and try to disguise different things. So I think spring ball was rough, but throughout the summer they really locked in. They did their player run practices, and throughout fall camp they've looked really clean and hardly ever have a guy in the wrong spot. So I'm excited to see how it goes against someone who hasn't been playing against them all summer and spring. So I think I got a decent look at it, but I guarantee it will be confusing for new teams.